Hey, that? Oh, well, you see, you remember what I said? Progress has been going swimmingly. Well, they were going swimmingly. Very much so. For the next 16 days. And then, on the night of January 16th, this happened. Yeah, Pow Pink became admin again, banned half the staff, not including supervisors, and they run the site now. Never would have imagined that happening in 100 years. And the staff that weren't banned, demoralized, does not begin to describe how they're feeling right now, as you can imagine. So, how exactly is this even possible? Well, would you believe me if I said Anderson Kenya 1 himself unbanned Pow Pink and made her admin again? That's right, AK1, the owner of the website, the absent father of this website, believed the lies that she was telling him. He believed Pow Pink over his own admin that he picked out himself for the website. This entire time, he responded to Pow Pink, not me, over Discord or email, not SDK123, the admin he picked out on Discord or email.
I still have not yet received a message from Anderson Kenya 1, but I did send him another email message to him, a message that the speedster put in recently on this Discord server. So I don't know when he's going to respond to me. It seems like he's just ignoring me or something like that. And I don't know, he blocked me on Discord. So the only way I can do it is just to send him an email message, just to let everyone know.
But he responds to Pow Pink. Unbelievable. And you know what else? Because Pow Pink is back, the UTTP came back. You might not know about this because I didn't talk about it in my last video. I thought they handled the UTTP perfectly fine. That's why I didn't address it last time. The UTTP raided the Dropbox folders because of Pow Pink. They were here because Pow Pink was admin. And one guy, at least, came back. I don't know if he was there last time, but a UTTP member came to the website because Pow Pink was admin again. You could say that was still handled perfectly fine. The files were moved, the member banned, fine, whatever. There is one thing I need to address here. One of the files apparently had a virus in it. And Noxy downloaded one of those files that the UTT member posted to the website to see if it had anything in it. And because Noxy was in control of the AK1 Discord server at the time, because she was global mod, the virus hacked her Discord account. And the hacked Discord account invited a server eater that ate the server just like that.
From this to this, in no time at all.
It just happened. 90% of the server and its history disappeared. Noxy did not take this too well, but it's been weeks now. She's better. You could say that it's not Pow Pink's fault that the AK1 server was nuked. The channels are back, but there's almost nothing in them because they're new, because the old ones got destroyed. But if she wasn't admin again, if this mute dumbass AK1 didn't allow Pow Pink back in and make her admin, the UTTP wouldn't be here, and they wouldn't be sharing virus-infected files. And Noxie wouldn't have downloaded one of them and got a virus, and the AK1 Discord server wouldn't be destroyed. That's my logic. I would say it's Pow Pink's fault, because she can't take accountability for anything and lies about everything to everyone. I will elaborate on that further in this video. Let me tell you about how I got banned. I went into the chat box, which I'll address later, and said, "What in the name of fuck?" Because I could not believe this. I made a video. Well, I made a supercut of the AK1 video that I made that only contained the parts where I talked about Pow Pink. And I posted it to the website and to the chat box. Now, here's the thing. She could have seen this video. I posted the video to her on Discord, in Discord DMs. She didn't want to watch it because it gave her bad vibes. Now all of a sudden, now that the video's shorter, I'll watch the video. Yeah, I'll watch the video now. The video no longer has bad vibes, I guess. So now she decides to watch the Pow Pink version of the video. Here's what she has to say about it. "So in your video, you show private DMs I had with the staff. I guess you could call them private. What does that matter exactly? The rest of the staff certainly didn't have a problem with me showing private DMs. Not really DMs, this is a staff server, it's technically private, but yeah, they're the only one who has a problem with this. You know that, right? I mean, you are the black sheep of the staff. You were. No one really liked you, as I've come to find out. Blaming me for not wanting kids to see gore. Right, yeah, about that. I'll address this again. Mortal Kombat. Do you know what that is? Have you played Mortal Kombat? I've played Mortal Kombat. It has fatalities, it has gore, blood. And you know, the characters I brought up, those aren't in the freaky section. Why didn't y'all do more then? Why were the Mortal Kombat sections out here? Also, you stalked my socials. How is that okay? Huh. I stalked your socials. Oh. You mean I did research? You mean I did a little background check on you? Like the admin should have done? I stalked your socials. This is a complaint I've heard before. I've stalked your socials. So what? Was it necessary to bring up your unhealthy obsession with Kai from Gravity Circuit? Maybe not, but it wasn't that much of a focus in the video. It was a throwaway joke for about 15 seconds in a 40-minute video. Yeah, I brought up that collage. Again, was it necessary? No. But if I wasn't gonna bring it up in that video, I'm certainly bringing it up now. Take a look. Take a long, hard look at it. I even got more. How about this? And some of this, and that. How you like that? Pow Pink, if you had just shut your mouth and took your L like you were supposed to, I wouldn't have a kill shot later in this video that destroys everything you stand for. But we're not there yet. Oh, can still post on Mugen Archive. Are you joking? Are you joking? Are you serious? Do you know that Chile is literally IP banned from that site? How the fuck will I use a site that is literally blocking my country IP? Good. Good. I don't give a fuck. At all. You could put up a Google site and post your stuff there. Shadowmoo does something like that. You could easily do that. I do not know how to code. Besides, why would I be forced to do that? I do not understand your logic. Clearly, you don't understand what a Google site is. Let me show you how easy it is to make a Google site. I'll do it right now, while I'm recording, to prove how dumb this bitch is. and publish. There we go. Maybe I'll link it in the description. This requires no coding knowledge whatsoever. This requires no money. Anyone can make a Google site, unless they are blind. Also, thank you for making a little fucking video about me. It wasn't about you. I made this is a supercut version that only includes you because you became admin again. Something that was unfathomable to me, okay? This is not the original video. You could have seen the original video if you weren't such a pussy-ass bitch. But if we're playing this game, then we're playing this game. Sure. And I'm making a video about you right now. Yeah, so what? Like, how much time do you have to do that? How much time? What the fuck does this matter? You know, someone who doesn't care about any of this would say it's just a fucking fighting game engine. Get over it. Do you care about what they say? I sure don't. How much do you think I care about this dumbass statement? I have watched it. It's bad. Your arguments are just insulting how I type. Right. I made the video, obviously, so I know everything about it, right? I did not insult how she typed. I put on a silly voice because of how she types. I never insulted her outright because of how she types. I never did that. And again, being the one that made this video, I guess we're just gonna ignore how you handled the freaky session. That wasn't an argument. Okay, sure. We're gonna ignore all the lolicon you posted. We're just gonna ignore that. Okay, that wasn't an argument. In this fucking 7-minute long supercut, you missed 2 entire arguments? Yeah, right, sure, okay, awesome. And then I got banned. So, what's up with the site now? Well, Pow Pink has been handling the site just fine, actually. She's gone through 3 teams of supervisors. She used to have 6. Then she settled on 2, and then 3. One of those supervisors, by the way, just got here. All these choices are random to me. You see the original list? Are you serious? Huh? Adding Carl here. She changed the lineup again. Now, we're back to 3. Alia, Unibin, and Lunaria, a new one. And you'll notice there are subtitles now. The administrator is leader boss. The global moderators are assistant boss. Supervisors are mini bosses. And the owner is a sub boss. Sub boss to the leader boss, the administrator. The owner of the website, oh, well, they're below me, obviously, of course. Adding Carl again. She changed the lineup again. Alia is not a supervisor anymore. She has changed the lineup of the staff 10 times within the past 2.5 weeks. Make up your goddamn mind. The global moderators we hired. For whatever reason, we hired Noxie, assumably because of an apparent 96 reports that I would know nothing about. So, great. That's great. Things are going so well that she hid the chat box from public view because someone got a little snappy at her. Yeah, literally silencing critics. I could post my uncensored login here. Half joking. What? Learn to read. That's it. Learn to read. Learn to read. And just like that, she turned into dust. Another disrespectful comment, and I'm removing the chat box. Damn. Just because of a few suggestive comments, you're gonna blow it all up? She didn't, by the way, because she's useless. There's still a chat box tab at the top of the website. But yeah, you can no longer see the chat box when you're looking at files. or anywhere. It's only accessible through the chat box tab. Fantastic administration. Really. She didn't even notify the supervisors. She didn't notify anyone about their positions. The global moderators just became global moderators. The supervisors just became supervisors. None of them knew. And I don't think any of them are using their supervisor powers for anything right now, because they might not even care. But as you can see, I'm not done yet. This is the part of the video where I go off. What is her position on the lolicon? Yes, we're doing this again. And about the lolicon. Sadly, I do know it's gross, but I am a Mugen file archiver, and sadly, that is Mugen history. And Mugen has a history of letting files get lost. So I do understand how this got twisted into me being a pedophile somehow. For the record, I never called her a pedophile. There's someone else who might have done that, who I'll get to, but I never called her a pedophile. I never even called her a lolicon. I literally just presented evidence and said, yeah, you should probably ban her. About that message, I came across her again on the AK1 Discord server, because she became admin on the server, which has been going swell. She rarely shows up there, and one of the times she showed up, people finally got to ask her, hey, what about that lolicon rule that just got put up that you have removed? You will never believe how this goes, okay? Who pinged me, dude? Is this shit allowed? That's the guy I was talking about. He's the one who replied she was a pedophile. I would answer, but you take everything I say as bad, so I don't wanna. How do you expect me to react? And then I come in saying, having no concrete answer for this openly is what got us here in the first place. You are the administrator. Act like it. I don't want to answer still because I don't like you. I'm sorry. This is a fucking child puppeteering an adult's body. This is the most retarded answer I ever read. How do you think I'm going to react? Besides, the guy has me bad for everything, so I literally don't get anything out of answering him, because he's going to blame me anyway, so I don't know. I don't think I should. Pow Pink, it's an easy to answer question regarding how you administrate the website. It has nothing to do with me, but more like how you manage to upload content here. So is this allowed or not? I would like if you guys didn't use the R word. She has a problem with people saying the R word, by the way. Because you know, I'm disabled, and I don't take kindly to that. I don't know, just a thought. She is never beating the spineless allegations. Boy, she might ban you. Okay, let me do it in a more civil way. Pow Pink, as someone who is passionate about Mugen, as everyone around here is, it is hard for me to just open the website and see some degeneracy being allowed there. You being the top honcho now, we need to know your stance. That way, we will act accordingly to how you plan to manage the website, which is why I want to know if this is allowed or not. I have to leave. Yeah, see you guys. And then she just fucking leaves because she's completely useless. But then she comes back. And guess what? Guess what happens? Guess what happens? Okay, I'm back. Pow Pink, is a lolicon banned from the site? Can someone else ask? Oh my fucking god. I'm not talking to the iStalk Pow's Twitter guy. She won't answer the question when I ask it. Even though I'm still gonna see the answer. Even though this isn't DMs. When I ask the question, oh well, you're not getting the answer. I want someone else to ask the same question. Because I like being the most difficult, unlikable person in this server. So someone else doesn't even ask the question, just says that they'll They'll attempt to ask the question. And she says, to answer the fucking question, AK1 is a Mugen archival site, and that means even the nasty shit stays. If you don't like it, leave. I don't care. I don't have patience now. Archival right now is important, especially since everything gets lost. Like someone farts and it's all lost. I do not like lolicon. I hate it. And if I could, I would skin any lolicon if I could. But hey, I have to be fair. History is history, and files must be archived. And now I leave. Reminder, Kai Waifu is the best.
You're an insane, degenerate piece of filth.
Reminder, I didn't ask the question, but she said this before. She could not say it again to me directly, because she's a child. Actually, a child. And to drive the point home of how much of a child Pow Pink is, let me show you an interaction I saw on her Twitter. I have decided to stop interacting with Gravity Circuit content, as I do not feel comfortable on the fandom now. I was insulted and stuff on the official Gravity Circuit server. This means I will try to never post about Kai Waifu again. I'm sorry. I am going to be hurt and a bit suicidal over other bad things that happened to me recently. So I do not know if I will post in general anymore. I find it funny how you're trying to make yourself the victim and not actually own up to anything you've done. You are a 22-year-old woman that acts like a child and tries to start fights with people much younger than you. You're petty, selfish, and rude to anyone that happens to have a different viewpoint than yours. You need to actually grow up and learn basic human decency. You need to mature and realize you can't treat anyone like trash just because you feel like it. You're 22. You're an adult, not a child. This kind of behavior from you is pathetic. The fact you have to come on here and paint yourself as a victim for something you started is pathetic. Get a life. They didn't even apologize, which in my opinion makes the situation 10 times worse. Exactly. Your whole explanation in the Gravity Circuit Discord was, oh, pity me, oh, woe is me, yet not once have they said sorry, and genuinely meant it. The way she expects us to forget and forgive has me crying. Yeah, it was such a pity party, it was embarrassing to read. So yeah, Pow Pink is a professional victim. But how much of a professional victim? Well, this event seems to have happened in a Discord that I'm not in. So I can only assume it's some ridiculous bullshit that she should be ashamed of. So what happened in the Discord was Pow Pink put up a poll saying something like, vote to revive Jet. There's this person who says they are mentally voting. Mentally voting? Just vote like a man. Unless you're not a true fan. They are mentally voting because they can't vote. Pow Pink blocked them. You may at first thought think, oh well, people block people all the time, right? It can't be that big of a deal. The deeper into this situation I'll go, you'll see that this block is fucking stupid. I hate them, that's why I have them blocked. I can't tell if this is a joke or not, please help. This person says, hates me because I don't like their favorite character. Wait for it. Wait for it. Has a literal weak color as an OC. I made Ian before I hated Kai too. I feel like this isn't a valid excuse to just block someone. Like, yeah, sure, block them if you dislike them, but blocking them because of their OC is childish. Yeah. Plus, Ian is really more than a weak color. No, dude wage based me all the time. Makes me mad. And told me how to behave and stuff on DMs, and not gonna lie, I hated that. Makes me mad. So, Pow Pink seemingly does not like this person because they told her what to do in DMs and got rage baited. So far, let's give all the grace in the world. Yeah, justified block. Later, someone summarizes the situation between Pow and Abyssal. Why they're like this age, or Pow was being quite rude, mostly because Abyssal had not been a big fan of Kai, and they kept getting upset at him for it. Pow also used to undermine any criticism he had by pointing out they are a minor. Abyss eventually told them how they felt and to work on it, and Pow didn't, so they're blocked. That's the short of it. Abyss used to like Kai, but Pow left a bad impression, so he's not as much of a fan anymore. Does any of this seem justified now? And about that too, this is what they're talking about when they say Abyss eventually told them how they felt and to work on it. They gave Pow Pink a statement. I am sorry if this comes off as harsh, but I have a dire need to actually inform you on how you act. This isn't autism or ADHD of any kind. This is pure disrespect and being rude for no reason. I try to be as kind as possible to you. Sometimes I'm upset, and maybe some days I anger you, but you act and speak to me like I do not have actual feelings. I want to be on good terms with you, but it has gone too far for me to deny this anymore. You are disrespectful to me directly. I don't know what this means, but I'm gonna read it anyway. Maybe it's because I'm longer than you and am at most times a pushover, but you must admit accountability towards your words and actions towards me. I don't like Kai because of you making him unlikable in my eyes, because you keep acting like this. I want to like Kai. He's a likable character, but I can't let myself like him when his supposed biggest fan acts like this towards me, a living person with sensitive, real feelings. I want to like you. I want to like Kai, but I just sincerely can't. And to be honest, Kai wouldn't accept this if he noticed. He wouldn't let someone older than someone push them around and do microaggression towards them. Now all I simply ask is that you be more kind towards me and treat me like how you treat others, with kindness and respect, as for they are also people with real feelings, just like me. The only difference between me and them is that I don't like Kai as much as you, which if you hate me over that, it's just petty and harsh for nothing. You shouldn't hate anyone over a video game character. That's all I have to say. If it was harsh, I'm sorry. I'm a bit tense. Imagine being such an obsessive degenerate that you ruin someone's like of a character, and then you hate them because they dislike your favorite character. You hate them for the disdain they feel for a character that you caused. This is your fault they dislike this character, and you hate them for it anyway. And you don't even listen to them. You don't treat them as a peer. You don't treat them with respect because they're a minor. What does a minor have to say to me? I'm a grown adult. I don't have to listen to anything they have to say. I don't have to take accountability. I don't have to apologize. I don't have to listen to this 14-year-old that I know is 14 and still treat like a piece of shit. Pow Pink, how hard were you beaten as a kid? I'm serious. Like, how much brain damage did your parents give you? I think you're actually mentally stunted. I think your brain is stuck in fucking preteen mode. I think you need to go to a doctor as soon as possible. So, after Pow Pink was called out for this bullshit, because they're a massive pussy, they decided to leave the Gravity Circuit fandom. Sorry, Auntie. Anti is a dev for the game, by the way. They may or may not have seen these messages, I would think is very, very funny that the dev of this game knows that you're a fucking waste of space. I have decided to retire from the fandom, and I will just lurk from now on. Just know I still adore Kai a lot, but I do not feel comfy with the server now. Oh yeah, no, right before this, they saw the tweet. They saw the tweet. And then, when they were confronted with this tweet, well, what did they do? What did they do? Did she apologize? Did she take any accountability? Not really, no. I know the user probably thought this was oh, I'm exposing the bad dude so bad right now. Just listen. I know I messed up. There is a reason I did not speak or defend myself when the users called me immature. But this is just petty. Why would you even do this? What do you get? To break my motivation even more? To make me feel bad? I already deal with enough crap in private. I refuse to elaborate due to it not being appropriate. I'm disgusted by this. And I would say more, but I want to be respectful. I'm disgusted with the user who did this. Anyways, with that said, I'm no longer interested on the fandom, and from now on, I will work. Goodbye. By the way, they came back to the server 3 days later, within the week. They didn't do shit. They didn't leave shit. Obviously, they still tweet Gravity Circuit bullshit. Their word is nothing. Their word means literally nothing. She acts half her age, and it's ridiculous. Now, of course, I want to address something very, very important in this statement here. I do not like lolicon. I hate it. And if I could, I would skin any lolicon if I could. That's what Pow Pink says. So, let me just lay out a few case files. Let me just set some stuff on the table here. As you know, she posted the most lolicon out of everyone on the site. There's also this. She made the Ogaki collection on MFFA. The Ogaki collection. You know who Ogaki is, right? He's the lolicon guy. He makes lolicon. Kind of an open secret to the music community. People know he's sus. And if this isn't enough of an indicator, okay, fine. How about this? That is this version. That's Cham, a child. Dragon Ball Chi-Chi, another child. These are 18 plus sprite patches made by Ogaki. Are we clear? Good. Those are included in this collection. But everything else is, like this, you know. I think it'd be enough to say that she likes the creator Ogaki for pretty sus reasons, along with the just I like his conversions reasons. I think it's a bit deeper than that. And then there's who she follows on Twitter. Oh, before we get to that, I almost forgot to mention, she's a fictosexual. You know what that means? That means that she likes fictional characters, somewhat exclusively. It's a trope. That's not something I haven't heard before. She's one of those. Hello, I'm Pow, and I'm a 21-year-old girl, and my fictional other is Neko Archaeos from Multiblood. I have been in love with him since last year, and he means a lot to me, and he helps me mentally a lot too. I'm so happy a community like this exists, because I know I'm not alone of this feeling. If that passage is not enough proof, there's the confirmation. There's her for Fanny. So, who does she follow on Twitter? Well, there's a few interesting fellows I see here. There's Vac, aspiring H-pixel artist. What kind of pixels? Oh. What? I could have sworn. I thought you didn't like lolicons. You follow her on Twitter? a site that you use online? When you skin her alive? And that's not the only one. There's Sickle, another 18 plus pixel artist. What do they make, I imagine? Oh, wow, is that Tails? And not just any Tails, regular Canon design Tails. Just Tails. This is January 21st. I imagine you see your Twitter feed, right? I imagine you go on your Twitter feed and see shit, right? Both of these are recent posts. I'm sure you've seen these since you use Twitter a lot. You follow 2 lolicons on Twitter. For how long? I don't know. But pretty interesting. And then there's who she follows on Pixiv. She follows Ogaki on Pixiv. Who would have thought? There's Chiruni. You can see for yourself what's shown here. Pretty out and about here. I can't imagine why you would follow them. About Chiruni's art, it's feral. It's feral Pokemon, but Pikachu, Porcelain Mina, and Eevee, feral art, feral porn of those. I think you wouldn't like that because you don't like feral either, do you? So why you follow them on Pixiv? That's a little interesting considering what their description says here. It's really interesting. And who else do you follow? Oh, this person. Another person who draws Pokemon feral. Got Eevee, Sylveon, Umbreon. I can prove she has at least last used Pixiv December 30th of last year. Okay? I can't imagine these artists were not making Pokemon feral 2 months ago. I can't imagine that. There's also this person, Till, who made this. That is Lucas and Klaus, the boarders from Mother Free, who are already children in diapers that I will not be showing you for very good reason, okay? These sound like some real good candidates to skin alive, Pow Pink. I don't know why you haven't cut them off already. I really don't. And you know what else? She has an Ink Bunny account. That's really interesting. Especially because one of the things she favorited on Furfinity before she privated all her favorites because she's a massive pussy was this image. Huh. And I think that might have been after she made the account. All of this is very, very interesting for someone who said this, and that. About that Ink Bunny account, it has been around for almost 2 years. The one person she follows on this account is named Sonic Top Fan. Sonic Top Fan is a big fan of Amy, actually. Nothing too wrong about that. The Amy here looks pretty humanoid, pretty regular, right? Well, let me show you some of Sonic Top Fan's art. There's this, a panty shot of Amy. Again, Canon design, 12-year-old Amy. You might think, oh well, that's just him drawing Amy in a cutesy way. Amy wears panties that I don't think you ever see in the games. Completely plausible, right? Nothing sus about that. How about this? Banked and beautiful.
Oh! Ew! Dude!
This is the Wozy, the Rascal design. An even younger version of Amy.
What the fuck?
There's also this. A picture of Cream on the bed. Completely innocent, right? Completely innocent. Nothing wrong here. What about this? Does this look innocent to you? This was posted in August of 2021. Again, your account is not 2 years old. You were last active on Ink Bunny at least on October 3rd of 2025. You mean to tell me that you never looked through the gallery of the one person you follow on Ink Bunny? and saw this, or even this. You never saw that? I didn't have to go through one page of their gallery to see word girl porn.
Oh!
You're gonna tell me you never saw that? You never saw any of these pictures? I don't believe you. You're a lolicon, and you know it. And if your friends don't know it, well, I'm more than happy to yank you out of that closet. You're a lolicon. You like lolicon. You flick it to fictional children. And the projection. There is not a projector, sold or private, on this earth that holds the power of your bullshit. You dishonest, manipulative, degenerate daughter of a bastard. You make me sick. And even after I laid all that out, there might still be one person that comes to her defense. Who would that be? Mad Gear versus Shadowloo. Now, this is a person that I recently got into a little beef with when I posted this at him. Now, of course, I see the hypocrisy here. How could she say that while doing all this? Yeah, I get it. I just thought it was funny to say this at him because I think he's cringe. I think he's mega cringe. I think he's a mega cringe lord. For the hour-long argument that we had, I kept calling Shadowloo cringe because he makes lolicon in Mugen. That's it. I didn't bring up my art. He did that. I didn't bring up my videos. He did that. And after I ended the conversation calling him a mega cringe lord, he brought up my videos when I played with toys. Also, don't call people cringe while playing with dolls at 20 years old. You got time? 'Cause I got some time. Yes. Before I made Mugen videos, and for a little bit in 2024 and 2025, I made videos where I played with my toys and my stuffed animals, or dolls as Shadowloo likes to say because he's fucking 60 years old or something. When I got back to making videos where I play with my toys, it was part of a story. When I stopped playing with my toys, the story was over. Then I did a little bit more, and then that was it. It was over. I was done. I'm rewriting that story on a Google Doc, but obviously production of that has been stopped because of, So yeah, that's it. You wanna know what I do with my toys now? And what I did with them during these videos? I posed them. That's something I've always done, actually. I posed them. I've been doing this for years. I take pictures of them. I still do that to this day. I don't make videos of that because I would think that's a little boring. I'm not an action figure channel. Not anymore. I'm a Mugen YouTuber. You know what I think he did? Because I suspect he's a desperate worm of a man. He didn't have any arguments to me calling him cringe, so he went into my channel and scoured for something, some crutch to beat me over the head with. What I'm currently doing is breaking that crutch in half and stabbing him with the pieces. It has been several months since I've had an action figure in a video. That's not something I do anymore. Is it cringe that I did at all? Maybe so. You don't think I know that? If you're looking a little deeper, you would have seen the cringe compilations I made. You don't think I know I'm cringe? And you know what else? Those videos are still not cringier than you making lolicon in a fighting game engine. You cannot comprehend that you are more cringe than me. You can't take that reality. You refuse it. He's gotten into debates with other people about how superior he is too. There's one person, Nas, or Flows, who got into an argument with him, and Here's some key moments that I'd like to show you. I'm your superior, son. I'm not making lolly content just for the sake of it. I don't waste my talent on that kind of shit. I do not make things as not the dunk you think it is. You've not yet displayed any talent up to this point. You're assuming he doesn't make things, first of all, and second of all, I think most people would rather not make things than make lolicon for free. I think most people would not get paid to make lolicon, let alone do it for fucking free, like you do. As Froze says, that's the default settings, bro, nigga, what? Here's some more bullshit. Nigga, you will get slandered, because that's objectively weird. Weird is not the slander. It's a fine opinion to have, and not that uncommon in porn making. It's the calling me and Pow a predator that's the slander, which started the whole thing, by the way. Again, not really justifying that. They aren't predators. They aren't pedophiles, okay? They just make and like lolicon. You're lucky we're both avatars, because you would have lost that slander court case. You really think you're hot shit? Let me give you the best case scenario ever. For this slander court case to work, okay? Froze would have to know where your job is. He would have to know your job. He would have to tell your employers that he thinks that you are a pedophile. Maybe even that you harmed children, right? And then your employer would have to believe this random dude, okay? And fire you. And then you would lose money. That is required for this to work. For you to have a successful defamation court case, you would have to not only prove that those claims were false, but that you lost the money because of those claims. If you're having an argument outside, you bump into each other and you have an argument about pedophilia and shit, what money are you losing talking to this guy? You are ridiculous. Completely. Your arguments suck. You can't debate for shit. Here's some more evidence of him getting owned, by the way. I almost forgot to get to this. He'll tell you him and Pow Pink aren't friends. Pow Pink will even tell you she hates him. I don't know why he defends me now. He can confirm we are like enemies. I'm a furry and he's a lolicon. He doesn't like furries, by the way. So, if you aren't friends, if she hates you, then, why do I keep seeing you bouncing on it, though? Why do I keep seeing you do all these tricks on it, then? Why do I have all these receipts of you defending Pow Pink like a white knight gunning for some pussy? Some ongoing cleanup is happening. Thank you, bud. Cosmic justice is happening. Just say that all fictional content is fine for the sake of archivism, and that you in fact did not have been posting CP for a year, and go back to your affairs. Thanks you MVS for that, by the way. If you meant this slander defense, I did it on principle. No thanks owed. I am getting tired, but I will pick it back up if new slander appears. I don't know, whoa, but if I didn't know any better, I'd think you two knew each other. I think you two were a couple or something. But that's just me. I'm sure these messages say something else, right? Right? I didn't glaze her once yet. But please provide examples. This was earlier, by the way. This was earlier. I'll be honest with you, that this kind of looks like glazing. This kind of looks like glazing to me. Not to mention this bullshit. Due to the lack of credible, clear information regarding her ban, I'm still on her side. But shit is getting crazier. Hey, dumbass. If you watched my video, you would have clear, credible information regarding why she got banned. Or you could get off your ass and ask one of the former staff or something. Just an idea. Just a suggestion. Here's the other half of that earlier message. Pow is right on principle, and you are wrong. But keep bringing on the slander. Right. Pow Pink has principles. Pow Pink has principles. What the fuck are you talking about? You really believe her? Really? You really believe this whore, property of Neko Art Chaos, has principles? You really think she uploaded 78 files of Lolicon to the site, including Lolicon that she made? You think she uploaded all of that to AK1, a site she wasn't supposed to upload Lolicon to? For archival purposes? She has an HCM account. She could have posted that stuff there, I would think so. You really trust her on this? You really trust this massive gooner? Are you insane? Okay, buddy. Whatever floats your boat. But, I've got a little present for you, too. I found out a little something about you from your former friend, Vicat. There was this doc that he made around 2 years ago, I don't know. It has some really notable stuff about you in there. Let's see. Apparently you stole credit from other creators? That's really, that's something, considering you apparently pride yourself on your disturbing work. Put one single number to the file and just put his name on the quest like he helped or made the whole chart or chart itself when he didn't do anything. That's really interesting. Oh, there's also this part. What he does, opens the chart, add image, add CP, save and re-upload without his name. He uploads as the author's name, and if they caught him, he washes hands and say bullshit like, I do not know what happened. Wow, it turned out to be some malicious link. I must observe my content before posting. Sorry, people. Huh. Now, of course, you gotta be cautious when you say CP. We're not just talking about Lolicon anymore. We're talking about CP. Anyone can do their own research. It's real human children. The first upload by Bison had full CP nudity. The second had Microsoft Paint bikinis on top. The third had clothes covering the vital parts. All in common were used to post credit to his competitors. He would post the files and claim others were making them, and then he would scare them away using Japan's broken legal system. So, what is Vicat talking about here? There's this site where people, it's like HCM, it's for Mugen porn, It's for that kind of stuff. Bison Channel used to be on the site before he got banned for what might be this reason that I'm about to show you. Let's see what this is. Surely it's nothing. Report of vandalism. I deleted Mugen Riona 2249.zip, Mugen Riona 2250.txt. The contributor of this is Bison Channel. IP address below. I will not be showing that, but you'll know why he's showing that in a bit. Since Bison Channel is aimed only at harming creators, if this bulletin board can only recognize hosts with .jp as it is currently posting creators abroad, it seems to be the file of Bison Channel. It seems that it has not become a busy situation that you have to take that measure. What are these files? Well, one of them that I was able to see that wasn't deleted yet is this. Child Stage by WickCloud. I don't really know that much about WickCloud, but I don't think he made this. What could Child Stage possibly contain? Children? Surely not, right? You're trolling, right? This is a troll, Shadow. You're trolling. I saw a child image uploaded by Bison Shadow to 00 Woda this time, and I understood well that he is moving only for the purpose of 100% harming others. I am planning to notify the overseas police organization, Mexican Police, NCMEC, etc. in the US, etc. and provider at the moment, but I am currently busy and I cannot get enough time. Think, what is the one situation in which someone would plan to notify the NCMEC for a file uploaded to a website? What would that file contain? Now, this is just an allegation. This was 7 years ago. Who knows if he still has CP on his hard drive? I'm not saying anything in particular. If anyone knows him personally somehow, I don't know, maybe check up on him? Take a chance. I'm not saying anything. But, if this is correct and this is a thing that happened, and is still up on that website, Shadaloo, I think you have some things to, speak up on. Something to be truthful about. But, then again, maybe 7 years ago, but 7 years ago or not, you have been posting CP in people's DMs apparently on Discord, so maybe nobody should talk to you. I don't know, maybe you're still unhinged. Probably are. So, Shadaloo, how about you take some of my advice this time? Sit down and shut up. And to my other ops,
you better back the fuck up before you get smacked the fuck up.
Okay? Alright. And finally, back to you, Pow Pink. If you somehow got a spine transplant and decided to watch this whole video, if it isn't obvious to you somehow, I hate you. I despise you with every fiber of my being. Every atom in this organism loathes you. But I will say though, I hope you enjoy being administrator of AK1, full of a user base that you hate and users that hate you back. I hope you enjoy having a rotating board of staff that does not want to work for you or doesn't even know they're working for you. I hope they don't perform a coup someday. I hope you enjoy having your mute minion, AK1, at your side for whatever reason. I hope you enjoy all that. But I do also know, just because you have all that power doesn't make you any less of a pussy.
Pistol in your hand don't make you real.
This has been Cats of Sauce. I'll see you later.